warm welcome to Marcus. Is that the right pronunciation of your name? Marcus.
Marcus, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, warm welcome and thanks for respond to that invitation which I made. And again, warm welcome in this not private but intimate meeting, which is going to be posted on YouTube, in which we are going to look closely what's arising in one's direct experience, what's life. And I would like to ask you probably to start with, yeah, what's the feeling? What is the experience in the last few weeks, let's say? You crushed, so to speak, the gate a year ago. So there is this seeing by no one that there is no self at experience doing anything, that things are happening without anyone involved, or things are happening not to someone, and how life feels after that seeing, after that initial shift a year ago. What changes, what stays the same?
Well, there's definitely like a background reassurance that's always available. So when things seem really bad, you know that the truth is that ultimately they aren't.
Yeah.
I'd say so yeah, there's been a fundamental shift in the background, but the yeah, I don't know if much has changed on on the level of how my life looks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, loads has changed, but whether I can ascribe that to the seeing that happened in that moment, I'm not sure. And yeah, I do find it quite hard to kind of draw those conclusions in a way.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah, definitely.
About anything really. But yeah, life is good. I don't know if that kind of answers your question.
Yeah, sure. And what arises on a daily basis? I would like to put a light on that. I don't know if it is a belief or expectation that once the illusion is seen through, like there will be no negative so-called emotions, there will be just joy overflowing everywhere, everything, and there will be no deep emotions arising. Is it like that in your own experience? What's happening?
No, I'd say it's probably the opposite actually. I think there's a renewed openness, and yeah, my emotional landscape is a lot richer actually, and a lot more subject to a lot more sort of dynamic, I suppose. So I'm able to feel and experience like divine laughter and just like ecstasy and these really beautiful emotional experiences, but equally and I don't know where it comes from, but the kind of intense negative emotions, it feels like they've had more space to come to the surface. And I think that also comes from yeah, like having like a renewed courage to face life and to move into, environments where I might be triggered or experience deep fear, or I think because that background sort of reassurance that I spoke about right at the beginning, it's kind of the antidote to
I love that.
fear.
And actually
Yeah,
exposing yourself or exposing oneself in an environment like that, I mean, not so many friends will will accept that invitation to be exposed and to be over there in the social media, if you wish. And this is also a sweet challenge. I mean, I like that.
yeah.
I saw so much
What
like that.
you mean, doing something like this, or do you mean
Yes, exactly. Doing something like this,
generally?
including something like this, to be
Yeah,
open to the, like, to be exposed, open, vulnerable. Love that.
yeah. I mean, it's yeah. I mean, for me, like a big thing has just been so I've been out of work for a long time, and I came back to the UK shortly after, I went through LU, and I needed to get a job.
Mm.
So I got a job in a supermarket,
Nice.
and and like for me, for Marcus, for me, it's been like the perfect way of just seeing my conditioning, I suppose,
Mm-hmm.
and my pride and my vanity, and um, my shame, and all of that, because it's quite a public setting. And I got a lot of this stuff around kind of being a success, and kind of, you
Yeah,
know
everyone has that. We all have that. Yeah, sure.
yeah,
It is like a social conditioning, probably. It comes like it's social thing.
yeah, yeah. And it's been really good to liberate that, and to just stand in it, stand in it. And that's taken quite a lot of courage.
Yeah, yeah.
There's some, like, I've been there stacking the shelves at times,
Mm.
and just that very mundane activity, because it's quite a public setting, and I know a lot of the people that are sort of coming in and walking past. It's been obviously, I don't want it to last forever, but it's definitely had its utility. And yeah, it's like, it's blessed me in many other ways too. But it's been a quite a good embodiment process, having that job.
Lovely, lovely. You've mentioned something about negative emotions, and I would like to invite you now, if you have a desire to look at something, or is there something present at the moment? Probably not, but or some struggle from the last few days, weeks, something you would like to look at?
Um, yeah, I mean, this is kind of my practice at the moment. I think last time I spoke to you, um, it was a similar sort of thing. It's kind of meeting life, allowing um, the kind of, I guess, repressed emotional
Mm-hmm.
landscape to reveal itself, and to I think a lot of what I've experienced is kind of like sort of like closing, repression, sort of hiding, a lot of that kind of stuff. The last few days, I've been on a retreat, actually.
Hmm.
Um,
Sweet.
so that's been good. So it's a vortex healing retreat. I suppose I can sort of speak into that, because it's something I've been practicing for a number of years, and it is something that I just have a natural interest in. Um, the human body on like an energetic level, how conditioning gets kind of held in the body, in the energy bodies, and
Mm-hmm.
I've been learning this sort of healing art that um, just offers a way or a method of kind of releasing conditioning, transforming conditioning, and also connecting with divinity and offering that doorway to awakening. Like it really sort of carries that possibility.
And how conditioning is resolving in which way? So you are able to spot something and to look at that curiously or closely.
Yeah, it's kind of I suppose it's an energy healing modality. So it's kind of you can imagine like a meditation practice, like a contemplative practice, with the idea that you're connecting to, you know, mystery through like an energetic stream. So it's a mystery kind of pours into the conditioned consciousness basically, and yeah, and just through the act of kind of sitting with it in silence, you know, you just see it transforming in your experience. And the beautiful thing about the healing art is you kind of, you know, you put an hour or two into setting up an experience where you create a healing experience, and then as the days unfold, as the weeks unfold, reality kind of shifts in ways that feel like you know, like a blessing. It feels it's kind of miraculous, and it's unexplainable, and it feels like divinity blessing you in some way that's kind of unknown and mysterious. But yeah, and that's kind of what's kept me curious about this particular healing art. But I think what I wanted to just talk about was just in terms of like a pattern that I'm experiencing in the last few days. It's kind of just like,
let's look at that pattern.
yeah, so it's well, I suppose it's just about sharing. It's always been there for me from, you know, the very start. It's about coming out of this like sort of box of stiflement and repression, and actually sharing, like having the freedom to share, having the freedom to approach, having the freedom to express, having the freedom to
Yes,
yeah,
totally.
engage with the world in that way. Yeah.
Totally agree with that, because many friends, like many people have something to contribute, but they don't, like, there is no freedom to express and to share and to connect. There is suppression, suppression. Beautiful.
Yeah, it's a real thing. Like it's you know, if you go into the body, like it's like it's a holding. It's a somatic sort of thing that's there, and yeah.
So how it is showing up for you in your own direct experience, this pattern? What did you notice? Like in the daily life, in interactions.
Well, I think it's shown up quite a lot in my you know, my ability to kind of make money and provide for myself, and yeah, like provide a shelter for myself, and provide the simple sort of needs, really.
As if there is a grip there, something like holding back, and is it something like that?
Yeah, yeah, it's kind of like a package of things, really. It's kind of but yeah, on like on a simple level, like I suppose it's kind of like yeah, like a closing in, like a kind of grip. Yeah, grip.
Grip.
um and obviously over the years, like it's like a layer off, layer off, layer off, layer off sort of process. And sometimes I kind of take these big actions that feels like a kind of, you know, like ripping a cloak off, and sometimes there's a big sort of like pull back after that. But most of the time it's like a gentle, gradual sort of unveiling, I suppose.
Can you feel that now? Is it there, willing to be felt, that grip? Or it is
Yeah,
hiding?
probably.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's in the space right now. I don't know
Mm.
if you can sort of feel it. I don't know. I've seen my
Mm-hmm.
face up there, and it's kind of feel like I
Mm-hmm.
can recognize something.
Okay, good, good. Let's don't try to, we're not trying to push it away, right? We are not trying to get rid of that, whatever is there. If it has a voice, what would it say right now?
Um, Probably like it hasn't really got much of a voice. It's kind of a bit too shy to have a voice. It's kind
Mhm.
of just
Maybe
wanting to
maybe something will appear as an image. Maybe it's
yeah, it's
going to
kind
be
of
aware.
like sort of hiding in the corner of the room, kind of looking for a safe spot. Like
Oh, 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 so
that's
sweet. Yeah,
very sweet. Yeah.
yeah, very sweet. Let's acknowledge that. Of course.
Yeah.
It has the right to be sure that it is safe. It is primal thing, very primal.
Yeah. Kind of wants to get under it. I actually attended a meeting with you once, and I spoke out loud, and it was exactly the same image I've got in my head now.
Oh.
It's sort of getting under the table, and it's sort of trying to get the tablecloth sort of down by
Yes.
the side so no one can see under the table.
Mhm. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it's good to be intimate like that with this type of energy.
Yeah. Well, I feel something kind of lifting off a bit as I'm talking into it.
Yeah, this is what happens when we are prompting something from the darkness, so to speak, because this is the darkness. We prompt that from the darkness to the light here.
Yeah. Just gotta take that step.
Yes, yes, yes. Still in the corner?
No, it's sort of coming out a bit now.
Okay,
Yeah.
lovely. Hmm. Maybe wanting to be sure that it is okay here. No one is doing anything wrong or anything bad. It is safe.
Yeah. Yeah. There's yeah, it feels a lot like shame, like a lot like
That's really amazing. Yeah, this is
yeah.
shame.
And yeah,
And what?
it's hard to talk into shame, isn't it? Because you don't actually, because it's been shamed, you don't know whether it's true what you're
Yes.
saying. It's kind of
What
got
shame
this.
would like to say if it has a voice right now? Maybe it's shy to speak, but let's see.
Um, I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's kind of pink and it wants to twirl. I don't know. It's quite like a feminine sort of
Mhm.
expressive kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, there is a sweetness also in that.
Yeah. Yeah,
Shame can.
sweetness. It's like a
Mhm,
it's like a
mhm.
desire to express sweetness,
Yeah,
desire to express um,
shyness
gentleness, and
and shyness as well.
yeah, I guess so. Yeah, that allowance. Yeah,
Mhm. It's so welcome here.
Yeah, I mean, just in the moment, it feels like quite edgy, like what I'm experiencing right now. It feels,
Mm.
um,
But it's
does that
not
make sense?
like it's not something which it's not unbearable. It's okay.
No, it's
Mhm.
not unbearable. No, it's
Great.
yeah,
Great. Yeah.
it's just meeting that uh that edge, I suppose, that
Mhm.
kind of that sore spot.
And also, you probably notice how quickly the experience is changing. Like the sensations are changing, flowing, fluctuating all the time.
Yeah, yeah,
There is no fixation. I mean, fixation comes from here.
yeah, yeah,
When we say like, "Oh, I'm so stuck," this is like fixation from here.
yeah,
Here,
yeah,
nothing is fixed here. Here is constantly moving, changing.
yeah. It's yeah, yeah, yeah. Especially when you're giving it, attention.
Yeah, yeah, totally. Absolutely. Hmm.
Yeah, it feels. Just open up a bit.
Yeah, sure. It's good to move the body. No fixation. Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, the word feminine keeps coming. It's like a feminine suppression in Marcus.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Hmm. Good to see that. Feminine energy knows how to take care of itself, of everything. It's a so good expression.
Or to look after itself, you mean?
Yeah, and also for everything. It's so good, so amazing expression, the feminine part.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's definitely a fear in me that it's saying like if you embody this, you will um you will lose you will
Masculine.
not be, yeah, you won't be a man anymore.
This is
Or
so
your
sweet.
or my sexuality will change. It's like it's that's quite a kind of
Mhm.
strong restrictive kind of mental
Yeah,
programming that yeah.
again, social conditioning, primal thing. You are not something which is only masculine, or I'm not something which is only feminine. Masculine and feminine are labels.
Totally, yeah, totally. But
Mhm.
like on an unconscious level, it's like
Yeah, just notice how the narrative is starting to alarm, like ping ping, danger, danger, don't go there, don't go there. Watch out, watch out. Yeah, it's
that
funny.
table.
Yeah. Yeah, let's comfort that this energy here, the thoughts. Let's comfort the thoughts, saying like it's all okay, it's good. Nothing from that will change, from which is already here will change. I'm not going to appear as a woman tomorrow.
Funny enough, I've got like a wristband on today, which I found in the field yesterday. So that looks pretty good, actually.
Yeah. Mhm.
Comfort the thoughts.
Yeah, because sometimes they
Yeah.
just don't know. Not very often they don't know. Almost never they know. They just think they know. Hmm.
It's all very innocent, really, isn't it?
Yeah, they're just following
It's all very
the
innocent.
experience. Very innocent.
Yeah, I
And
think they feel reassured.
uh-huh. And I'm curious about the fear. Is still there?
A little bit, yeah, a little
Mhm.
bit.
Mhm. Yeah, let's look what is fear protecting.
Yeah.
What's behind the fear? What is fear trying to protect? It is an amazing mechanism, protective mechanism. The question is what it is protecting. And very subtle, there is a subtlety here where identification can again arise. Because as if there is someone in danger, as if fear comes to protect something.
Mm. Well, you know, um, I don't want to get beaten up and laughed at. I don't want to get kind of ridiculed for being like um, a girl.
Mm. This is what fear says.
It's yeah. I don't know. It feels like it's sort of, you know, from being at school and stuff. Like
Yeah. Again,
sort of
mhm. Things
it's
from
that's what I'm
the childhood.
seeing in my mind.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Because it was something which is seen, heard, experienced, and it stayed. And now thoughts are presenting that. It may
yeah,
happen
yeah,
like
yeah,
that, it may happen like that. Do you remember at school what happened to that guy? What happened to this guy?
yeah. And I guess also, like you say, just the social conditioning of
Yeah, this doesn't mean that it is something which we can just dismiss like that and say, no, it's very, there is a lot of power there. It cannot be dismissed
totally,
like that. Oh yeah.
totally, yeah. You know, yeah, just the way you see how people are ashamed for certain ways of expressing, and
Exactly. Yeah.
I suppose you know, that yeah, there's something inside me that's like I don't want to be shamed for
Yeah. And also
on a
this is
public level.
exactly. And this is also very wise. You can definitely say thank you to that. It is wisdom, of course.
Yeah, 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 yeah. It's a survival
Mhm.
mechanism.
Yeah, but this
It's
doesn't mean
looking
that
out with
something
the
like that is going to happen. This survival mechanism doesn't know that nothing from that will happen. It's just trying to protect something which is possibly somewhere sometimes will happen.
yeah, 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 yeah. And of course, it's kind of fed by um, part of it's a natural mechanism, then other parts of it are sort of being fed by yeah, stories I can do,
Yeah,
things that
thoughts.
don't.
Yeah, totally.
But yeah, um, I want to survive. I want to. That's it. I want to carry on existing. I don't
Yeah,
want to be rejected
yeah,
by my community, and beaten down by my community, and I'd rather be safe and get some food and
Yeah.
some acceptance from my community.
Yeah,
It's very primal, yeah.
totally.
But it's definitely a very similar pattern to what I'm talking about. You talk about the last few days. It's ultimately I want to share healing. I want to share healing. I want to share art. I want to share I guess these qualities that are tender, and they are sweet, and they
Yes.
are heartful, and I want to share them with my local community, but there's something in me that feels very unsafe about that.
Totally
So
understandable.
it feels very related.
Yeah, totally understandable. That's why they say that there is no prophet which is recognized as a prophet in its own village. This is not by mistake. You know that? I think it is from Bible. I'm not sure I translated it
Oh
correctly.
yeah.
No one is a prophet in its own village or something like that. Do you know
Yeah,
why
yeah.
is that? Because of the conditioning, probably. Because when you are somewhere where no one knows anything about you, in a way it's easier. That's why I love you too. I love that. I mean, I love that, really.
Yeah.
So creative and so inspiring, and no one knows anything about you. This is creativity full on.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you can try share not with your community first. Who knows? Maybe that's the way.
Yeah, probably. It probably is. But there's I don't know what it is, but there's it's probably like a stubbornness or something. Like I want to do it the real way, the hard way, the sort of
As if there is a real way. This is your way is a real way. It's the only real way. It's a unique way. Your way, unique.
yeah.
No one can do that.
Yeah.
Just like you,
Yeah.
or just like me.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what the answer is. I need to I don't need to do anything really.
Or maybe there is no answer, and maybe things just flow, and then something will happen, and then something else will be revealed. And it's just like
Yeah.
this impulse which came here to make videos like that. It's not something which I did. It's just
Yeah, of course, yeah. Yeah, it's yeah, and life is becoming more and more like that really. There's less sort of what arises as a true impulse, and an inspiration is trusted, and it's sort of open to.
yeah.
And yet there are still seeming barriers to opening to that inspiration.
Let's look at those. Let's look at those. What are they? What kind of barriers are there?
I connect with I connect with a it's like how can I put this? A kind of like bending over and giving up, and sort of a kind of a sense of grief, around um around having inspiration for a long time,
Mm.
and um, I guess sort of trying in ways. It's this kind of, so that it's like there's something built up in my system that's like it's given up. It's kind of
Mm.
connect with that. I connect with that as a barrier, perhaps.
Mhm. As if it giving giving up trying. It is tired of trying or what?
Yeah, like a futility.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
it's quite a heavy one. It's quite like when I feel it, it's like
Hmm.
it's sort of on the floor, and it's like
Oh. And what it wants to, how it wants to move.
how it wants to move.
Or what it was before it became a futility. Can you ask it, do you remember what you were before?
It feels like he's excited about something. It was excitement,
Yeah.
and yeah, it was connected to something that like really excited it.
Hmm.
Um, and there's kind of a, I suppose the weight it comes from like the kind of codependency built into that excitement. It's like
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you know, I want to transmit that excitement to others, and kind of feel like I've failed to transmit
Mm-hmm.
that excitement
Yeah,
to others.
and if there is no trying to transmit what's happening.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot more less weighty, really.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
if
If the
if there's not
excitement
that.
is here for its own sake, like there is an excitement because there is an excitement, and there is no need to
Yeah,
transmit that or to share or whatever, because
exactly. Yeah,
transmission and sharing happens again on its own. I mean,
yeah, yeah,
the fact that you're excited is enough.
yeah, yeah. Exactly,
Mhm.
exactly.
This is probably
There's
again thoughts like trying to write this excitement. Like, oh, there is an excitement. Let's see what we can do with that.
yeah.
Yeah, a friend shared with me that she loved to she loved to paint, like she loved painting. But she said the moment I sit with to paint something, and the voice of my mother came, and my mother is
Mm.
saying, "Oh, your painting so nice. You need to make an online shop and sell those paints."
Yeah,
Immediately there should be something. No,
yeah,
leave me alone. I just want to be excited on my own.
yeah, yeah, yeah. The roots of
Yeah, and this is again
capitalism.
just
So
when we notice this mechanism, like this mechanism for thoughts to immediately grasp something, whatever is there, and it cuts that attempt, and then we can be with excitement and share or not share. It doesn't matter.
yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, I don't know. I haven't mastered the ability to um, disconnect my, creativity from um, my desire to make a living from my creativity, and
Mhm.
also connect those two things.
Yeah,
Um,
connection happens on its own. On its own,
yeah, yeah.
miraculously.
So yeah, it's Say that again.
Miraculously, it happens on its own. The connection between these two happens miraculously
Yeah.
on its own.
Yeah. 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 Have you experienced that sort of dynamic where you're
Yeah, yeah, all the time.
yeah, yeah,
All the time. But again, it's coming from the places where you don't expect anything to come. Not places, but it happens really miraculously.
yeah, yeah,
I mean, I do not intend to make a YouTube channel, to start recording videos, to make meetings, to do whatever. There was no intention for that. There was just energy moving in that direction. And
yeah, yeah,
what to do? You just follow, not you, but you cannot escape that. I mean, you can't escape that. It's so
yeah,
clear. It's so clear.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That feels very liberating.
And of course, it is unknown and there is no security. But there is no security never, ever, nowhere to be found. And yet we cannot, like, it's very like astonishing how we believe that we have this security where there is none. It doesn't matter what kind of job you have or what do you have. It doesn't matter at all. There is non-security, zero. Stability, zero. It's fake.
Fake news.
Yeah. And living in that is freedom.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Mm. What's happening? How things are moving here?
Um,
Mm.
yeah, it's nice. It's nice hearing your words, and just yeah, just reminding myself of that kind of way of being with
Mm-hmm. This is the way. Yeah.
with creativity, I suppose.
Yeah.
There's just I think there's just certain things my dog's going for it.
Yeah. Go.
Yeah.
No.
She's just snoring.
Ah,
Yeah, yeah, I was just exploring in my body, like what's in the way of that
mhm. What will happen if you say there is nothing in the way? Let's see how the system will react to that. That there is nothing in the way of creativity to spontaneously emerges, to be shared, to be shared. Yeah, there is nothing in the way, and see how the system reacts. What kind of rejections will come?
I feel like adrenaline, it's almost like a adrenaline in my body.
Good,
It's kind of
good.
yeah, bit of like, I mean, I guess fear.
Mhm. There's nothing in the way. I mean, everything is possible. Yeah. You mean
Yeah, there's
everything? I
something.
mean, everything, everything. Yes, everything. There is nothing in the way.
Yeah,
Mm. Mm.
there's yeah, bumping up against the edges of the
Good.
the
Good.
body separation.
Yes.
It's familiar to have some little semblance of control.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, obviously in this area of my life, there's a sort of safety and sort of feeling in control.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Too much energy.
So much energy, so much
Mm.
energy.
Mhm.
Too much. Put it down.
Yeah. Whew. Yeah, again,
It's
this yeah, go on, go on.
well, it's just I've got I suppose like an analogy. I've got this bit. I made this big canvas. Put quite a lot of work into making this big canvas about 3 years ago, and it's just sat there in my bedroom. And occasionally I do painting, and like I get my little A3 sheet out, and I get my paints out, and it's all very sort of controlled. And but this big
Mm.
canvas is sort of looking at me, and it's like I'm just like, no, I don't know. I don't know if I've got the.
It is
I don't know if
calling
I
you.
can liberate my expression to that degree. That seems quite scary.
Oh, when fear arises, it is a good sign.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Yeah, there is
A
nothing
good
scary.
sign.
Yeah, there is nothing scary.
Yeah.
There is no limit to expression. Like expression has no limit. Creativity has no limit.
Hmm. So what to do with this fear, this damned fear?
Yeah, we can examine that curiously to see. And again, to see that this is something primal, protective mechanism of something
Yeah.
which is for a long, 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 long time here, or very long.
Yeah.
And just like soften that. There is nothing behind the fear. Fear do not protect anyone, doesn't protect anyone.
Hmm.
It's just arising as a protective mechanism, not knowing that there is no one to protect. Just constantly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Each time when fear arises, just look curiously. What's behind that? Is there something that there? Or also, what I what is
You
there?
have these weird sort of electric shocks.
you you see something there, or there was just a feeling, just a sensation?
Well, yeah, let's just start feeling into
Mhm.
the kind of like, that sort of like
Expansion. Nice.
express yourself. And I just feel this, oh,
Yeah.
it's like,
Fear, this is fear. You want to like
yeah,
explode and just I don't know, fly in the space, and fear was like, no, 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 contract, contract, contract. Stay here. Don't go, don't go. It's dangerous. No, 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 no. Yeah. Fear is a friend, but it is a good friend, but sometimes it forgets that it is here to help. And it harms actually. It is like, like a dog which is protecting its master, but
yeah,
eventually it became like a monster. It is not protective dog, it's a monster, and it
yeah, yeah,
doesn't allow the master to come out of the house.
yeah,
I,
totally.
Mhm.
Yeah,
This is how fear.
yeah. I had an experience with my dog the other day where it sort of it sees another dog and it runs off to the other dog.
Yes.
and it's very sort of chaotic 'cause it jumps all over the dog, and
Yes.
I can't chase it. So I feel in that moment a lot of fear sort of starting to come up. And then she comes back and I'm really angry at her, and it's like that fear manifesting as that sort of like
Yeah, yeah. The dog in this very moment, it is
harmful.
helping you. It is a pointer as well. It triggers the
Yeah,
fear.
exactly.
It is a
Exactly.
trigger.
Yeah, like that's what I suppose I'm realizing through this conversation,
Great.
that moment on the hills with it was actually
Yes, yes,
a
yes.
gift from God.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, it's very I spoke about the chest a lot. I feel like a lot of my issues are around my chest.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
That it's all kind of like trying to close in the chest,
Yeah, yeah. This is
like
how it works. Yeah. We can move like that and see what happens. What happens. Fear is doing its job very well when there is a real threat. I mean, real threat. Something really dangerous is happening right now. And there will be no thoughts about that. There will be no thoughts about the fear or feeling of the fear. There will be an action followed. Let's say a tiger enters the room, or on the street a car is coming on a very high speed against you. There will be no thoughts about the fear. There will be a reaction, moving away from the car. So it is a good
yeah,
it is a good mechanism. Like, in a way, it is here to protect. Like, we all have that. Like, we all animals, it's like
yeah,
but we humans, we are blessed and cursed with that at the same time, because
yeah,
it becomes like a disaster. In many, many situations, we don't need that.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. It's just like a byproduct of our
Mhm.
environment changing.
Yeah,
I guess it used to be very useful when we were living side by side with wolves and you know
yeah, yeah. And
other
now
tribes.
this mechanism restricting the experience, and we are living like a tiny, small um, life,
Yeah,
a small life, like an individual life of an individual, scared to expand, scared to bless, like to shine.
yeah,
So good to see that.
yeah. Thank you. The for some reason the art is yeah, it seems quite strong right now, and
Mm.
I've always just been a bit cautious, or just I don't know, just not had the courage to go there for some reason. I go to a lot of places in my inquiry, but going to my art, my inquiry is kind of
Mhm.
yeah, I've kind of avoided that.
So appreciate your willingness. I mean, to look, and your openness. You really, yeah. It's reflecting back here. We are not different. We're like
Yeah, yeah,
mirrors, reflecting one
yeah, yeah.
another.
Yeah, it's all the same stuff, isn't it? Really?
We are not so unique, you know. We are unique, but not
Yeah.
so much. I mean, the protective mechanisms and these mental fabrications, they are not so unique. They're almost
Yeah.
equal for all of us.
Yeah. I'm finding that every time I tell my girlfriend about, you know, my experiences, she's like, "Oh, you never guess what? Like, I've got that too." Like everything I say, she's like, "I've got that
And you're like, oh, I wish I have that only.
too." Yeah, a little bit, a little bit. Yeah,
So how do you feel now? Because we are almost in the end, I would like to not have them so long. So, but how
yeah,
do
yeah.
you feel? Tell me, how do you feel?
Um, yeah, I feel good actually.
What's it? What's here? Mhm.
Um, yeah, I feel a lot of like, I don't know, like a lot of joy in my body.
Great. I can
Um,
sense that as well. Yeah. Yeah, it's
yeah,
bubbling. Yeah, it's like a champagne. Mm.
yeah, yeah. Very, I don't know, very happy. Um, I feel like I'm stressed, quite stressed. But
Good.
that's probably needs a good massage or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel very thankful that you've offered this,
Mm.
and I hope that someone gets something from it, and
Yeah, I hope also. I hope.
may
I'm
the
sure.
may
I'm
the
quite
flow
sure.
of yeah, 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 and may the flow of inspiration continue.
Mhm.
And
Yeah, and also we can do another one. Just we'll keep in touch and we'll see how it
yeah,
goes.
okay, yeah, I like
Thank
that.
you so much. I'm going to stop it now, the recording.